Oh, where are we? Oh, are you still there?
I'm here.
This hasn't worked out.
Meeting is now streaming live on Facebook.
Yeah, that's it. We're there.
We're there.
We're there. So I need to be able to see you now because we are there. We're being.
Can you see me, Helen?
I can see you here. Now stream live on Facebook. Yes. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Helen.
Hello, Jill. How are you doing? How are you? It's lovely to see you. This is an interview as part of Increase Your Visibility interviews that I'm setting up at the moment. And I've very kindly invited Gill Clark to come and talk about her business, her challenges, how she managed to adapt from a different business to a new business in a very short period of time due to lockdown. And Gill is an amazing person. She is doing homeopathy. I can't pronounce that word, sorry, Jill. But you're going to tell me a little bit more about what it is, what it means to you, and how you're doing. And so why and how did you start your business? Tell me more.
Well, I started training to be a homeopath more than 25 years ago. Really, because I had two young daughters who had asthma and eczema, and I wasn't happy with the way their health was progressing. So I consulted a homeopath myself and my children got better. And then I was just inspired really to go and learn to be a homeopath myself so that I could train for other people. And then fast forward a few years, because there wasn't a lot of support in those days, there wasn't any networking groups, there wasn't places where you could mix with business women like there is now. I actually was very isolated and I did burn out really. So I stopped, and I then trained to be an Indian head masseuse, and later on I also trained to be a swimming teacher, which I've been very successful at. And actually I used my skills as a homeopath with my swimming clients, especially the really nervous people, very successfully. So I kind of specialised. And that's been a wonderful experience for me. But with the beginning of lockdown, obviously a swimming job just disappeared.
That's right. So you had to, if you don't, sorry to interrupt, you had to adapt very quickly because you were obviously doing a lot of face-to-face work as a swimming teacher. You had already started, remind me, to do some magnet work as well, or to do with...
I'm the sort of person that I just can't do one thing. I'm a person of contrasts. And it's really good for my brain sometimes to do one thing one day and something else the next day. And I think I partly liked being a swimming teacher because I love swimming myself and I love being in the water. I'm a bit of a mermaid. So I also discovered magnets about 9 years ago. And at the time, again, I was a bit stuck. I wasn't doing much. So I just thought, well, I'll give it a go. What's the worst thing that can happen? I've always been interested in health and natural health. So promoting magnets seemed to be a good way to be involved with health and wellness, but not in the same way as I had been with homeopathy. And again, that's been quite successful for me, but I'm getting a little bit older now. And also, you know, sometimes we need change to motivate ourselves.
Definitely.
I get bored. I get fed up with hearing myself saying the same things and doing the same things. And again, because of lockdown, I couldn't do any, I used to do retail events with magnets and home events for people, but that involved carrying around a lot of boxes of stock and display material. And for about 2 years, really, I haven't wanted to do that anymore, but I didn't know where I was going to go from that. And I did want to do it online, but I didn't know how to do it. So when lockdown happened, that was my catalyst, really. I remember thinking the first couple of weeks of lockdown was quite nice. I quite enjoyed that kind of privacy, and I can do whatever I like in my own space. But then I do like a bit of a mental challenge, and I know myself very well now. I've been with myself a long time, and I knew that I would get bored if I didn't have something mentally challenging to do. And I knew that if that then went on, that I would get depressed. And also
Really
knew
wise.
that I needed people contact in some way. And if I couldn't have people contact face to face, I would do it online, and that would be, you know, you can still get eye contact as we are now, Helen,
Yeah,
on Zoom.
definitely.
You can still get eye contact with people and have a nice conversation without leaving your house. So I decided then to join your Confidence on Camera Facebook masterclass, which has been challenging.
Yes, it is good challenging. Very safe in one way, but very challenging the other way, isn't it? It's a very
it's definitely given me the challenge that I needed.
That's nice to hear.
As with anything new, you know, it's hard when you're learning something new, because I've never been a fast learner anyway. I'm a slow learner, so I know that I have to go over and over things many times for it to sink in. So, you know, that is what I'll have to keep doing until it does sink in. But I've really enjoyed being in your Confidence on Camera group. I'm still in it. It's 3 months long.
Yes,
and
that's right.
It's given me the confidence to post lives and short videos on my Facebook group, Gill's Health Hub. Would you like me to say more?
Yes, tell us more. You know, I mean, you've already talked about what has helped you. Obviously, you joined my class, and then you focused. And you might want to tell us a little bit about also some practical things in terms of what you are offering, you know, the homeopathy, because you have re-engaged yourself with that. It'd be really interesting to hear what you can give our audience as well.
Okay, well, there's 3 things that I do now, really. I have face-to-face, one-to-one consultations with clients on Zoom for homeopathy and magnets. When we do get back to face-to-face, obviously people can visit me as well at home. I do masterclasses on Zoom for homeopathy and magnets as well. Small groups of people, not more than 10 really, because it feels important to me for it to be interactive. I don't want people just to sit and listen to me throwing information at them. So we have breaks where we do little exercises and people can talk about their own lives in a small way as well. And also I run short mini masterclasses on Zoom for people in the workplace. So if companies want to support their staff so that there's less people off sick and there's high morale, I can do mini masterclasses talking about homeopathy and magnets again to support people with everyday ailment in a natural way.
Okay, so what could you tell me 1 or 2 things that you can help with? For example, is there an example of something you can, a success story you've had, which could tell me a bit more about what to expect, or when I could actually contact you and say, look, I have that problem. What type of problem might you be able to solve?
Well, something that people suffer from all the time is headaches. Almost everybody suffers from headaches. So this is probably one that everybody would benefit from, actually. If you've got a hangover, and
I think I better take that one soon.
Especially in lockdown, I think more wine has been drunk by everybody. There's a homeopathic remedy called Nux vomica.
Okay.
Nuxvomica. And if you take that before you go to bed, or just one tablet, or when you wake up in the morning, that will help your body to recover from the alcohol that you drunk, and you'll recover quicker.
So we'll have to put this down there, the actual spelling, or we'll have write it down for people. So it's good. And we get it from you. You obviously can find products. How does
people can buy homeopathic remedies actually from any pharmacy?
All right. Okay.
And they are for sale in most pharmacies, so they're easily accessible and they're not expensive either.
So I would come to you for advice, and you would say, okay, you have this headache and this might be the cause, so you take that type of remedy. Then I would go and buy it at the pharmacy, or would I be able to have it from you?
Well, if people have a consultation with me, I would provide the remedies as well.
Yeah. Okay, I understand.
I have a machine that makes them actually, so I can make any remedy of any potency.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is it more in terms of dosage? Tell us more about that machine and how it works. I thought you had to go to a specialist. That's so interesting.
I wouldn't be able to tell you how it works because I don't know.
That's fair enough.
I can give you an example, actually.
Yes.
Many years ago, when my son was about 13 or 14, when he was ill, he used to get very high temperatures. And as with a lot of young children and young people, sometimes when they get a high fever, they hallucinate. And that's what used to happen to my son. And he would wake up in the middle of the night with this high fever, switch all the lights on and walk around the house in a trance.
Oh,
it was a bit scary.
Yeah, I bet.
The remedy that he needed was belladonna, which is remedy for high fevers. Works really well. And because I had my machine and I knew what worked for him, I would make the remedy, make it in a high potency, and just put it in his mouth as he was wandering around the house. And not a word of a lie, Helen, within 10 minutes, he would be back in bed asleep.
Oh, wow. That sounds very efficient. Very quick.
With my own grandchildren as well, with that, the same thing has happened, when you give a baby a homeopathic remedy and you see them change in front of you, you can't deny that. It's so powerful.
And it's obviously it's all natural stuff, isn't it?
I could.
No, but it's a lot of natural. It's completely natural, isn't it? Homeopathy. Tell me a bit more. Yeah. So it comes from plants.
It's a complete system of medicine. It can treat you on a superficial level, like with a hangover, but there's also deeper remedies, much deeper remedies that you couldn't buy in a pharmacy that I've got access to, that I can prescribe to people for depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress, grief, all the things that we all suffer from in life that are hard to recover from.
Yeah, so it's from one extreme to another, from sort of light problem ailments to actually quite deep, at times psychological problems, isn't it?
Yeah, sure, yeah. But also,
excellent.
Having a consultation with someone can be very powerful in itself. And, I know this because I've been a patient, I've been a client with counsellors and homeopaths and life coaches in the past. And I know that if I'm stuck and I go and sit in front of someone and I talk about myself, when that's reflected back to me, that's quite powerful. Something happens, the magic happens in that confidential conversation with, a patient and a practitioner. And I believe that I'm quite good at being with my clients as well. I'm very empathetic, and I am effective, I think, at making people feel comfortable so that they will open up to me. But if they open up to me and they just talk about their physical symptoms, that's fine anyway, because I can still prescribe on that. But it's such a powerful.
I think what you're saying is about establishing a rapport, isn't it? This sort of strong connection you have with someone, which means that people are likely to actually able to really disclose things and think about what change we need to make in their lives.
When you're quite open yourself and you come from the heart, that touches people, doesn't it?
Definitely, definitely. And it's coming back to what you were saying about having a small group, isn't it? You don't want to be like a big machine, you know, churning out lots of medicine. You want to make sure it's an individualized, personalized type of service where people feel looked after, and potentially they will come back to you, don't they? They might just, you know, and then refer you to their family and friends.
And when I do my masterclasses on Zoom, you know, I'm only talking about the remedies for the everyday ailments.
Yeah.
And then I suggest to people that they buy a homeopathic first aid kit so that they've got the remedies at home that you need for everyday things that we suffer from. So then they can call me. If they've been a client of mine, they can call me, text me, or post on my page, Jill, my daughter's had an accident and she's covered in bruises. What can I give her? And then I would say, well, arnica immediately. And if people have got the remedies to hand, then it's more effective for them to treat their families and themselves.
And would you, and when you do your Zoom class, would you actually give them that, or sell them that little pack of remedies?
I can do that, yeah.
Yeah, because that would be nice for you to just say, well, at least take that, and then when we talk over the phone or over a Zoom call, we can.
I'm mindful of people's budgets, though, especially at the moment, because I know that there's some people that are on lower budgets than others. Other people are not worried, so I always have got that in mind.
Of course.
I can work with people whatever their budget, really.
Well, that's nice to hear. So it means that, you know, someone who is thinking, well, possibly I haven't got money to go into homeopathy would still be able to benefit from your wisdom. I mean, within reason, obviously, because you at the end of the day, it's your business. But there's also another side of your business, and I think you are wearing it, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
So tell me a bit more about, you know, I like jewelry, and really nice jewelry.
All the jewelry that I'm wearing.
Yeah, bring your arm a little bit forward so that we can see everything, the bracelets and the ring as well.
Yeah, everything that I'm wearing, all my jewelry, is energetics, magnetic jewelry, even my earrings.
Excellent. It's absolutely lovely, really beautiful.
And I have these lovely little joiners that I sell as well. So if you've got a necklace, you know, how difficult it is sometimes to put a necklace on with the little hook and eye.
Yes, that's always the problem, often.
Got these little joiners as well, so that it's easy to get on and off.
So tell me more. What would you do for me to wear that jewelry? Because it's a jewelry with not just for beauty, but for also enhancing your health. Tell me a bit more about it.
There's a full range of jewelry for men, women, children, and pets.
Oh, I
like jewelry as well. But also there's a range of well-being products, but whichever you choose, all magnets will support your circulation to work better. Okay. What happens is that if you wear a bracelet, that works on your whole body, and as soon as the magnet touches your wrist, because there's a major artery there, it's an energy centre, the magnet will be taken into your bloodstream and attached to the iron in your blood and make more iron and oxygen, which then travels around your circulation. And for me personally, I take after my mum. I've got poor circulation, and that's why I like to always be doing exercise, because I need to. When I sit still, I often have cold hands and feet. I can be a bit blue as well. So I love the thought that unlike homeopathy, where you will have to do something, you know, you'll be asked to make changes or do something, take a remedy, blah, blah, which is curative. With magnets, they're not curative in the same way, but they're supportive of your body. Yeah. But you don't have to do anything except have a nice fashionable bracelet and wear it.
Yeah, they all look beautiful. And earrings as well. Do you want to come closer to the screen so we can see the earrings
the
a little bit?
bracelet that I'm wearing is actually matches the earrings, if you can see.
Oh, yeah, I can see now.
Yeah,
very nice.
But what lots of people buy magnets for is because they can give natural pain relief. So if you have got a condition that isn't going to go away, like arthritis, fibromyalgia, back pain, knee pain, foot pain, headaches, where they either come regularly or you've got it all the time. Pain is very debilitating. So if you can find a way of managing your pain in a natural way, that might mean that you could reduce your intake of allopathic drugs, which do have long-term side effects.
Yeah.
There's lots of ways of benefiting from magnets, which is why I do masterclasses, because there's a lot to talk about.
That's right. It sounds as if we could carry on for a long time in terms of, either the homeopathy, the magnets, and the power of looking after your body in a sort of natural way, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That's why you do. Where? I mean, are you? You've talked about a club, isn't it? Gill Health.
Gill's Health Hub.
Okay, so we'll have to put it in the description maybe as well.
Yeah.
Yes. A good place to find you. Have you got a website as well, or are you mainly working from Facebook?
Well, I have a web shop for my energetics range, which is called wellnessmagnets.com.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so it's been quite an adventure at the moment, isn't there? You're still in the middle of this sort of change from a completely different life, going through the lockdown. We're now emerging from the lockdown. If it was one or two pieces of advice you would want to give to a relatively young or business owner or someone who's trying to develop their business, what would you say in terms of running business? You've got, huge amount of experience as well with swimming, and so what would you say would be your best advice or advices? I don't know if we can say this.
For me, having a business has been about making money, but it's about so many other things as well.
Yeah.
And for me, I have to be enjoying myself. I have to be able to be my authentic self, and I have to be moving forward all the time. So I think for anyone who's just starting off as a new business owner, I always think about my why. Why am I doing this? Sometimes you get so caught up in the detail that you have bad days, you think, oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Definitely.
Come back to your why you want to do it. And for me, my why is because I've got a lot of wisdom now and a lot of knowledge, and I want to share that with people. I want homeopathy and magnets to make a difference to people's lives. So that's my passion, and I want to share that passion. So I think for anyone, it's always know your why, and also always get support.
Get support, definitely.
Because isolation, when you work on your own, is not good.
No, not at all.
The people that you mix with, the better. And, whether it's online or face-to-face, it doesn't matter. It all works. And, I've learned so much business women that I've met. And some of them have become my friends as well. So I've made new friends. I've found services that I wouldn't have known existed, and products as well that I use. So networking has opened up my business world, really. And without it, it just wouldn't work for me. I couldn't work just on my own. It would be soul destroying. So.
Definitely. I mean, I think for a small business, it's always thinking that you can be of service to other people.
Absolutely.
And if you really believe that you have this wisdom to pass on, or this knowledge to give, and I'm working completely on that level as well. It's a passion of mine to help people to speak with confidence and to feel really happy within themselves. And I can't, business completely, so I completely understand. But within that, we need the other people to help the business to thrive. Obviously customers, but not just customers, isn't it? A network is about support. and not feeling too isolated in this world where you're thinking, oh, am I doing the right thing, isn't it? Sometimes we go, as you were saying, we go away full of doubt. So it's very, thank you so much. The why, the support, networking, really, really important. I mean, it's exactly the same for my business and your business. I'm going to come to the end for that, Gill. Is there one last word you would like to say to our audience? One last thing. We'll put some one
last thing, just one word. My word would be determination.
Determination.
You know, if you want to do something, if you're determined enough to do it, you will find a way to do it.
Yes, definitely. And being consistent, I'm going to carry on. Just carry on, determination, and carry on, not give up, being consistent in your approach.
Keep on keeping on, even if you have a wobbly, which we all do. Have the wobbly, recover from it, and then carry on.
Exactly. That's a lovely way of finishing, Gill. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. And we'll make sure that we have all the details of Gill in the comments below or with that video when it's published. I need to, live on Facebook, I need to cut the liveness of this video, which I'm not entirely sure what to do. So if Gill, I disappear, unless I can just go here.
I stay here then?
Stop live stream, that's it. Stop.